Good afternoon there, guys. Gonna be that time of the year, kind of working on some of our fall stuff, putting everything away for winter, that kind of thing, since winter up here in northern Minnesota comes pretty quick. So we're gonna go in the show car garage here, get some of the cars situated for winter. Everything like that. As you can see, it's a tight operation here. So I gotta put the exhaust back on my black car here, and also the 78 over here needs regular tires back on it. You know, got the old eye treads back on it for the winter, and then we can start situating cars which cars you want by the door for winter, for working on for projects, everything like that too. So, so I'm gonna get some of these over to the shop garage, get them changed over, and then we'll start moving some cars around. Then we get the right ones by the door. Probably gonna mostly put stuff away so it's taken care of. And then we got a lot of other elaborate schemes in the works we gotta start working on, so we can worry about the fun cars next year. Good, actually. It'll exhaust though, we'll say that. Well, we got some cars moving around anyway, and excuse my voice, I'm hauling a battery currently. But anyway, we got the Gremlin and Wild Thing out of the trailer here, put over in the yard, out of the way. I pull some more stuff out of the Gremlin. A 78 over here, Black Flag, and the Silver Spirit all in the yard here, and my 20,000 mile Friday MX over here. And then we're going to also move around a couple more cars in the show car garage. So we got a couple more to move. Nona Rider, that's going to just hang out there for right now. We're actually going to pull the 78 down the corner here. As you can see, it has a little bit of body work that's in progress. So put that by a door just in case you want to get some more work done on this car this winter too. So this is 304 automatic 78 AMX. It's all original, which is a nice driver quality car. It's been a lot of fun. So. Pretty nice interior in here. So it smells like mothballs. So, which I don't actually mind the smell, honestly. I kind of like it. So, but yeah. And as you guys can tell, we got a couple more 79s hiding in the back here. So this is actually a 304 4-speed car from Colorado Springs. Very nice rust-free car. And this over here is my 304 4-speed 79 AMX from Washington, which is I did a little work on it when I was younger, and then it's kind of sat since then, just because I didn't have time to pipe finish it. So. It actually was converted to a 6-banger before I got it though. So currently it's a 6-cylinder 4-speed car, but which I'm probably gonna keep it that way since I already have a V8, two V8 AMXs, and you know, it's nice to have a 6-cylinder 4-speed. You can actually drive it daily and afford to drive it daily. So I'll probably do that, and that might get a little bit of stuff done to it too at some point, but I'll probably play around with the stock for right now. Anyway, we got most of the cars put in the garage anyway. We got the Gremlin up on the blocks. I put it off the ground for the winter just so the slicks don't get flat, and also my front runners too, since they do lose air. It's my old Krieger SSTs. Well, they're Krieger SSTs and they leak a little bit. That's just part of the deal. So I got the Gremlin up like that. The 78's over here in the corner hanging out, and then got the hood off, Wild Thing back there. I'll pull the hood off the Gremlin here in a few minutes. Black Plagues I'll put in here now, and my AMX, and then like I said, Wild Thing is probably going to sit there for a little bit until I'm done having opportunities to drive the right AMX. If the weather gets too bad I can't use the right AMX anymore, then I'll switch these around. So the Wild Thing will go right by the door right here, and the right AMX will go in this hole, just because we plan to do some updates to Wild Thing this winter. So it needs to be by the door so we can get it out in the snow and get it over to the shop. That way we can start on our elaborate schemes. But anyway, so that's kind of a wrap in the garage here. We have also move some more cars around. Oh, also the silver car is going to go inside the enclosed right now. It's probably gonna sit there for the winter, just because we want to also change the rend in that car, because we bent an axle last time we used it. That's our stick car we play around with, so it needs a new rend. The 8 3/4 Mopar stock axles weren't quite enough for the 280 comp cam 401 that's in there. 4,000 clutch dumps, bent the driver's side axle. Like, actually, tire goes like this in and out right now. Did not break off, thankfully, but it bent it pretty damn heavily. So that's also a winter project as well. So that's kind of a couple of things we're thinking on doing anyway. So, but anyway, I'm gonna put the other AMXs in here, and then we'll get back to moving some other cars around. That means having a little bit of fun with it for a few minutes. too bad. Well, I guess there's a little bit of smoke in the shop now. All back at it again. It's Sunday morning. We move some more cars around. We gonna get some gravel hauled kind of in our back area over here, so we gotta move a couple cars. So over here, we kind of have this kind of where our wood area is, and make firewood for my grandpa and that kind of thing. We haul it back over here. So we're gonna get some more gravel kind of back in this area more, make it a little more solid. We also plow all of our snow back here too. So we're gonna actually take this black Spirit that's over here. That's gonna go behind the shop on the far side. This white Spirit is gonna go in the building over there. And this one's gonna move backwards, and so is that one. That way we can get a dump truck in here easy to jump off gravel and that kind of thing. And we also gonna move a couple more cars over in the lean-to over here too, just to make a little more room to do some other activities we'll get to in a little while. So I'm not gonna spoil it yet. So we gotta pull the Gremlin out of there, and then also the 79 AMX is sitting right there too. And there's also a Concord in the middle of the lean-tos coming out too. So, and along with that, doing some organization of the lean-tos, which is going to be a lot of work, but also kind of fun just to get that out of the way. So first things first though, we got to clear out a couple things in the tent building where this Spirit's going to go for right now before it loses its rear end to the silver car. So it's going to be parted out inevitably, just not quite right now, but so we're going to get to it. After a little bit of rearranging, I got some stuff to throw away out of the tent building over here, and a couple things moved around, so we had a nice stall for the Spirit to hang out in for this point. So a couple motors we'll get ready to axe, a couple 304s we got laying around, and then put the Spirit right here, and we got all this room back here, and so we cleared out all our four truck parts for all our Jeep parts, which will be nice. So this building became a little more of a catch-all just for certain stuff. We used to have 4 cars in here at one point, but slowly turned it into more of a parts building. So this will basically be the building to store all of our Jeep parts from this point forward. And also this Hornet wagon over here is probably going to be where a lot of the headliners we have on top of the Concord and the building over here go, and then also some other interior pieces like that, like package trays and that kind of thing. So, but got the wheel warming up right now. Get the tires aired up in the Spirit quick, and then we'll run her down this trailer right here, right in the tent building, get her put away, and move on to the black Spirit. Well, we got the Spirit all tucked away for winter in here. That way it's easily accessible for stealing the slide link rear end out of this thing. And kind of get the wrecker going so we can start moving a couple other cars around. First things first, we got to move this bad boy out of the way so we can get this blue Eagle pulled forward, and then we'll probably pull it forward and then push it over to there by where the wheeler's at. And we gotta get this black Spirit out of the back over here, and that's gonna go right over by where the wrecker was just sitting at, right behind the wrecker, over in that area for right now. There's more room to put snow over in this area for the winter. So yeah, we'll probably change a couple tires on it and that kind of thing too. So time for the wrecker to do some wrecker things anyway. So a little wrecker got the Spirit and the Eagle out of there anyway, so I gotta put some tires in this car. Actually got some low down daddies in the front, as you can see, on both sides. So we got those changed out, and this Spirit can move behind the shop. Which actually, this is an 83 Spirit GT. It's actually a pretty nice car. It just has no rockers and that kind of stuff, so it'll probably get parted out here soon as well. Just so we have other pieces for other things. But it's got all the black duck chrome on it. Got a nice wing. It was a little nicer until we had a branch fall on it and break that, but that's not too bad. But it has a decent interior actually. We pulled most of it out because it was actually sitting in the sun a little more, but nice black dash in here. Dash pad is busted, I see now, and that kind of stuff, just from sitting in the sun. But yeah. Get some fresh tires put in this thing, and then we'll get it put out back. A little push bumper action. Keep coming. That's good. That's good. A little record four-wheel drive Detroit locker in the back. It'll pretty much move anything you want to move. Since we got these vehicles kind of move out of the way and that kind of stuff, we got the Jeep pulled ahead a little bit and the Eagle over here. I got this nice little slot right here, and we have this pine tree. It's kind of been not in the best of shape for a while. So we're actually going to slice it, cut the top off of it, and then cut it down, land it kind of right in the middle right here. Get it out of the way. That way we ain't got to worry about it falling on the parts cars, or if we put our trailer over here or anything like that, we don't have to worry about it. So we're going to put some, cut that thing down here quick, then we'll get the other couple saws out, get her sliced up for firewood, and we'll keep on moving cars. There she goes. As you guys can see, you got the whole tree all cleaned up, so we're ready to move the Jeep back in the hole here, push that back up against the other wagon here, and the Blue Eagle can come back and sit basically at the back of this hole all the way over there. So that way we got room for the dump truck to come in here, drop off some gravel in the back area. So I'm gonna get to that. I had to put the chainsaws away quick, but I'm cutting up stuff for today, and then after those are put away, I'll get started on the lean-to. So as you can see, we kind of got the Concord in here is a little buried with headliners and package trays and that kind of stuff. And then
this is a collector car. This Concord here, this 1979 Concord DL for drastic luxury. I drove this in high school, so this is a black car with black interior with a black vinyl top, and it's a collector car. As you can tell, it's been collecting parts for years. And probably rust too.
Yeah, it's got a combination of both, but it's got a very, very pristine black interior in this car, which is the reason it's kind of been in here for a long time. Keep that all nice. So, along with that, and we got the AMX over here too. It's quite the hood scoops and lots of other things too. So, summertime gets a little bit hectic, so a lot of stuff gets kind of just tossed in here for a little while, and then we spend fall organizing. So, and as you can see, we got some parts too. Mostly seats above these cars across the whole thing. And then we got engine and transmissions underneath the whole thing, and parts cars, and then dashes and other parts. So we stay pretty organized when we can. But anyway, so we're moving some of this stuff out so we can get the Concord out of here, the AMX out of here, and then also the Gremlin out of here. So. Large collection of package trays all out of off the Concord anyway, and all the headliners are on the wagon back over there. Now we're going through some other stuff off the hood of the Concord, so progress is being made. But anyway, so we got this all cleared off on the top side. Now we're just going through everything on the hood over here. We're probably going to leave most of this stuff along the sides, and we'll just pull the car out of the hole, and we'll go through it after we're done. So, not too bad of a spot anyway. Gonna move the old J20 out of the way so we can start moving some cars around. He's a little rusty, so you can hear the springs aren't hooked to the truck anymore that well. But still runs and drives pretty good, so. We put our camper on it when we're not using it. When it's not on our black Super Duty, or we put the topper off the black Super Duty on it, which is what's on it now, obviously. So when the camper is on the black Super Duty. Anyway, so we got all the stuff off the cars more or less. This is cardboard on it now, and then AMX is cleared, and so is the Concorde. Those rubbers are going to stay on there because where it's going, they're going to be transferred onto the other car we usually put them on. So this is pretty good in that case. And we got all of our other stuff. Sorry about the darkness out here. It's obviously getting dark outside. But put the Jeep over here in the hole a little bit. And then we got everything in this building pretty much situated for now. With a couple things on the AMX and everything on top of the Hornet back there. So we'll shut this down and then we should be ready to start pulling on the cars over there. Well, we decided not to move the cars for tonight just because it's getting too dark outside to pull the Eagles out over there to move them over to it. So decided to get the orange Jeep out of this stall and the center stall, so that's ready to go. And my tan Eagle can come in this stall, start getting worked on. But we need to axe this Jeep first. So get this pulled out of the shop here and put back in, and then we'll probably call it for tonight, just because we're sorry, I'm still towing at the same time here. Call it for tonight, just because we have other stuff to get ready for work tomorrow and that kind of thing. So surprising enough, this thing actually rolls pretty damn nicely with the brakes all unhooked anyway, for how rusty it even is. But got it in the center stall anyway. So that's kind of a wrap for tonight anyway, so we'll catch y'all later. Well, good afternoon, guys. It's Friday. It's been a couple days since we started doing stuff outside. Between doing other stuff for Ames races, yet sending out trophies that get picked up at the event, that kind of thing. It's time to back to the garage operations. So we got most of the cars ready to pull out anyway, so we got a couple things off of them. Get the Gremlin pulled out, the AMX, and the Concorde behind that, and then we can we'll get them out of the hole right here, and then we can start on the floor underneath the Concorde, and then we can start framing in this stall and that stall. We're also going to remove the seat rack portion out of this section here too. So, and never mind the mess is not going to go away. Summer got a little crazy. Anyway, so we're going to have that as a full height stall, and this will be a full height stall. So these two stalls will be part of the shop, and then there'll be actually just a floor out there to hold motors, and then also a door that kind of goes from this area, the outside spot where it holds motors, into the building. We can keep all of our motors out in on the floor right there, the wood floor. So we can get them into the garage easy in the middle of winter, since when it's 40 below up here in Minnesota, no one wants to go riding around with the other garages out in the V8 building over here and the house garage where we got some motors at, and try to get a motor out. It's colder than heck. It's a pain in the butt. There's snow everywhere. It's just not easy. So having the motors on hand so we can get to them easy, so we want to build a motor, or there's just, we have to build a motor or whatever it may be. It's nice to have them on hand so we can get to them easily without having to go through snow to get them. So we're gonna hook up some trucks in a few minutes and we'll start the fun. Well, as you can see, we got the AMX out of the hole anyway, so it's been under a car cover for a hot minute, but this is actually a rust-free 304 4-speed AMX as well. It's been parted out pretty heavily, otherwise though, but very nice clean car to work on at some point. Hasn't quite gotten a purpose yet, so it's kind of just been hanging around. So we'll find a home for it at some point, obviously. Home is meaning something I build, probably, or my dad does. But anyway, got one hole open. It's time to get the Concorde out. Well, I think it's the first time in probably since 2006 or 7, I think, this car's seen the light of day. So, well, Black Concorde is officially out of the building. Which was in pretty decent shape for it. Dad drove this car a lot, actually. And was in high school I drove this, something like that. Yeah, okay, I drove it in high school a bunch, that kind of thing. So, got lots of miles out of it. It was wrecked back in the day before he got it, because my grandpa used to have a salvage, buy and sell wrecked cars. So, it came from the pool. Which it's still sporting. It's very nice black interior in here. There's a little bit of mold on stuff just from sitting, but it's still very, very nice, as you can see. So, very nice, perfect black seats and everything else. Good morning there, guys. It's Saturday. Back at it again. We got the cars out front here. 78 Concorde's hidden behind the Jeep right here. We get some tires put on those in a few minutes. We just got back from town to pick up our building materials for building our garage addition. So we got a little more room for activities, storing nice parts and all that kind of thing. So we're over here squatting pretty heavily. We got a bunch of insulation for the walls. We got roof insulation. We got OSB sheeting for the walls and the roof, and more for the walls on the outside and all that kind of thing. So we got some weight over here. But we're ready to put materials to get some of our framing done today, that kind of stuff. So, well, we'll see how that goes. We gotta move a bunch of stuff first before we can get to all that. So we're gonna, first things first, get these cars that are the Gremlin, sorry, not the Gremlin, the AMX and the Concorde, basically moved across the yard. We're gonna put them in the lean-to off the show car garage. Excuse me. I'm moving both Eagles out of there because we're actually gonna work on them this fall as well to get them ready to drive. So my tan Eagle's gonna go in the shop actually to get, belts and hoses and the general, get it going again from being parked for a little while, and that's ready to basically for me to start using. So once those two are moved, we got to pull the seat rack down and kind of sort through some seats for a few minutes and see what seats we're not going to use and just toss them because we got too many seats at this point. And once we get done with that, move that out of the way, then we can start kind of finishing up the floor section in there, and then we'll start on doing some framing. So let's get to it. We got both Eagles out of here. Got the AMX over here. Got my tan Eagle out in the yard and the maroon Eagle out in the yard. So get those ready to work on. And now I'm gonna hop on the wheeler here and we'll get the black Concorde put in the hole. Got the Concorde over here in the AMX building now. It is infiltrated the AMX building, but I guess the Jeep has too, so not too big of a deal. But anyway, now we gotta go back over there and we'll start working on the seat rack, which is a whole nother escapade and a half. So guess we'll let the fun begin. Well, we got the old alligator over here anyway. As you can see, we got a decent amount of seats once the sun goes away. There we go. So we got to pull about all the way up to that edge of that building right there with the seat rack out, and a decent amount of seats. So we're gonna start pulling them out of here and then putting them in the box of this truck. So should be a good time. Got some more of the seats organized and stuff. This is kind of our pile ones we're gonna toss out just because we don't have room for them anymore. So take some brackets off them and stuff. Some more plastics are going down the drain. And then got some more room up here finally. Anyway, so we got more room for activities. I gotta put some of these black seats back against this side, but just about ready to move some more move the rack out of the way, and then we can move the seats on the alligator right here onto the rack. We're back at it here again on Sunday. Got the materials kind of pulled over here and tarp over them just so we can get them moisture overnight. And then we kind of called it a wrap around 9 o'clock last night, something like that. So we got some stuff moved off the Gremlin here, and just some stuff hanging out here right now. Looks a lot nicer without the seat rack in there though. I think sun's killing the shot. There we go. So we got a little room here now. So we're actually going to be enclosing all the way from these posts right here, all the way up to the edge of that seat rack, which will be level with that building right here. It's gonna be these two stalls completely a part of the shop, and then a doorway that goes through right there to our back room in the shop. So a lot more room for activities, which can be really nice actually. We're kind of cluttered at the moment, so this morning I'm gonna take a few more minutes, pull some of these seats apart. I gotta pull some rails off these and some plastics, those will go down the drain. And these power seats, I'm going to pull the power tracks off of them, and then also the switch panels and stuff, and the plastics, and they're going to leave too, since still don't have room for them anymore. They're actually a decent set of seats, but we have a nice full set of my mom's other car that are still in her car. So we're just going to take some buttons off of them and get them parted out, and they're ready to go. And we got the Eagle seats already all pulled apart, so they're over there too. So you want to save so much stuff, and you know, usually when we're buying Eagles and Concords, we buy pretty nice cars, so it's not always, you know, usually not going to be replacing seats in that case from the cars we buy. So gotta figure out what we can get rid of, and those are the ones that hit the chopping block. So I will say though, I had my tan Eagle parked in the yard all day yesterday. It's looking pretty dang fresh over here. Seems looking pretty dang clean. This is the Eagle I bought to replace my blue car over there. Oh, you ready to go probably this fall. This is a '88 Eagle wagon from North Dakota. And it's absolutely rust freaking free. It's fantastic. I mean, it's, you know, nice and perfect in here. Frame rails underneath is all nice and just body color. It's really nice inside too. It's really nice tan interior car. Or kind of like a more of a butterscotch color interior in there. Needs to be cleaned a little bit, but really nice car. I mean, door bottoms are just super clean. So should be a really nice car for me to drive for a bunch more years yet. I mean, I'm driving the blue car since I was 16, so I've driven that car 12 years, about 256,000 with it. So it's getting up there. It's been a big part of my life, but it's, you know, it's getting a little thin, so it's time to move on to something a little better shape. Just what it is. So, but anyway, we got a mom's car out here too. It's my mom's Eagle wagon. We're gonna actually paint it like an Eagle Sport wagon. It's gonna be red on top and black on the bottom. This is an '85, I believe. This car actually is pretty nice too. We bought, I think 2 years ago. Which it has real nice, perfect red interior in here. Very clean car as well. Out of Mankato, Minnesota. So let's make her a nice daily driver to replace the silver Concord she's been driving for a bunch of years. It's getting a little thin too. So usually after about 5-6 years of us driving our daily cars, we have to kind of do a bunch of maintenance on them and then kind of restart. Kind of usually how it goes. But anyway, got our rack put up here last night too. I didn't do much taping. I was just kind of getting stuff done. So got the rack put up here above the red 78 AMX. This is the one that was in the other building, so we got some more seats put up here now, more room for parts, which is really freaking handy. So well, I forgot a lot of other stuff done. You guys just saw. Got the ground one out of here earlier. Got some of the wood moved. Now we're starting on the floor over here. So this is pretty simple floor to stuff. So not a ridiculously odd spacing on stuff. So got some pieces put over there right now. I'll get a couple more put across the side. Then we'll start chopping up some of the scraps we got laying around, finish up the rest of it. So should be a pretty quick operation. Well, got a pretty good amount done actually on the floor, as you guys saw in the time lapse. But it's kind of time for us to call it for today, just because it's getting a little later. We gotta pack up everything get ready to go for tomorrow morning. So we got the floor finished anyway, which is so much nicer because now we have full floor everywhere. And I know it's not the cleanest yet, but we'll finish it up. So it's just basically gonna have a bench that goes across there, across the back wall, and then kind of across where the edge of the wall here is. to hold basically motors underneath it and then parts on top of it, much kind of like that other stall is set up currently. And then our room itself will be basically from that right straight across against the seat rack, and then back towards behind me. So it'll be nice. And then we actually are going to probably pull a door inside this room so we can roll motors from inside the shop, outside the shop, and underneath these benches right here, so we can kind of keep all of our motors easily accessible. Well, back at it again here. It's Monday. I know this video's had a lot of overall time. I've taped it all. It's kind of just really busy for us in the fall right now. I'm just trying to get everything put away before the snow flies, since we usually get snow here in northern Minnesota. It's not uncommon to get a blizzard on Halloween, so for us to get everything put away after we get back from the AMC Nationals is very imperative, so we're ready when the snow hits. So the show car garage is most of the way done, as you guys saw in the earlier video. I got the Gremlin up on blocks, 78's got battery out of it, all that kind of stuff. All the other MXs are put away. But I was still driving my red AMX. I drove it the last day today. It was a nice 70-degree day, so I drove it to work and back, which is fantastic. And then tomorrow's gonna be like 45 for the high and rain. So, and it's kind of like 50s at this point all the way through the rest of the month. So don't think there's much more time to drive it without having them possibly put salt down and that kind of thing. So we're gonna put it all away because we have to. So we're gonna put it over where Wild Thing's at right now, because Wild Thing's gonna come out of that hole and be put right here by the door. That way we have the opportunity to pull it out in the wintertime and start on our updates. If we get the time for that. That's kind of the plan so far. We don't exactly know if it's all gonna work out just because we got a lot of other things to get done in the meantime. But anyway, gotta move Wild Thing out of the hole over there. The 78 MX has to leave, go out for a few minutes, move my right AMX back over there, and then put Wild Thing in the 78 right where I'm standing. And then we got to make sure the exhaust is taped up on the Gremlin, and then pull batteries out of 78 right here, and Wild Thing, and my AMX. And then the show car garage is done for winter. So that's more winterizing we do in here anyway. And overall for us for winterizing, we just keep our antifreeze at a pretty consistent level. We check them every year. More or less we know which cars we added to and which we didn't. So we set them to be good for 40 below, since we get 40 below temperatures here in northern Minnesota. Honestly, it's below zero. It's good 20 to 30 below most of February up here. So making sure everything in here is at the proper antifreeze test level is very imperative. Also taping up the exhaust, just for the fact of mice can't make houses in cylinders. Not that they should. And the biggest thing, they can chew through the tape, as you guys have been thinking, yes. But it's also different, so at least knowing they're in there if they did chew through the tape. But and then dryer sheets we put in all the cars too, just to underneath the seats, put the sun visors down, put dryer sheets all over the place, and that does a pretty decent job so far keeping the mice away. Knock on wood here. And we don't keep any food in here. There's nothing in here but just cars and a bare floor, and there's tires in the roof and that kind of stuff. But other than that, it's a basic garage just for storing our cars. So a lot of our nice race cars and our nice original stuff. So. But anyway, we're gonna get to it over here, and then once this is done, we'll probably end off this video. We got everything put away anyway. We got Wild Thing up on jack stands right here. We got the AMX in the back corner over here. So it's kind of a wrap for tonight. I'm gonna go outside and get some stuff done, but I'm gonna end off the video because you guys don't watch them. We don't want to watch them move dirt forever. So maybe you do. If you do, I guess put it in the comments. I'll do some taping of it. But other than that, I'm not gonna worry about it. So catch you out. Thank you guys for watching the channel. Enjoy what you saw. Hit that like button. Smash the subscribe button there too. Catch you all later.